What's up YouTube, this is Collect Pokemon and welcome back to another video. In today's video, we are going to talk about Mask of Change and the different prices of cards from Mask of Change in Japan as of April 28th, 2 days after the official release of the set. We're going to go through the top 10 card prices and to see who the set is really for. So without further ado, let's get into it. The first card we have is actually over 20,000 yen, which really surprises me, and that is the Carmine card. So it is on average around 131 US dollar, and it is just Carmine having a nice, enjoyable noodle and holding a rose-like candy figure flower, and yeah, it's doing really well. So the background is a blurred background, and it is really fitting with the theme because this theme is all about a masked festival. So let's take a look at more of them. The second card actually has nothing to do with the theming. It is a 10,000 yen card, which is the Buddy Buddy Puffin, sitting at around 68 US dollar. And the Buddy Buddy Puffin has been a very, very strong card, and I do believe that it will be a staple after its release in Temporal Force, because it is such a useful card if you want to fill out your bench Pokemon very, very quickly. You don't even need to get it into your hand, you just place it in the bench. The next card we have is the Kirin, and this is the Kirin SAR card, and it's very similar to the Carmine card. We're seeing Kirin at a festival, and to be very honest, there's a lot more, how do you call it, there's a lot more stuff that is happening. You see people behind him wearing like Pikachu mask, and there are masks for sale and so on. So it's definitely a much more interesting card in terms of the art, but it is only half the price of the Carmine SAR. Now, with this set, obviously we're going to go into the Ogapons, and the Wellspring mask is the most expensive Ogapon, and we're seeing it at 25 US dollar. It's quite a cute one, I have to say. It's kind of like a little sad face, but it's really nice looking. Now the fifth card is actually the Dragapult EX. And yeah, this is an interesting card. I've been monitoring the price of this card since its release. It was actually just around 1,280 yen, and then it got sold out. The price went up, and up, and to today, which is around 3,980 yen, which is around 25 US dollar. I'm quite interested not in the Dragapult EX, but in this form of card, as I'm collecting them myself. But if you're collecting this, I do believe that you can have a chance buying this card at a much later time at a much cheaper price, because Dragapult is actually being used or is being tried in a new deck. And because of this might be the reason for why the price of this card is going up. Now, the next card we have is the Heath Flame Mask, sitting at around 3,280 yen, which is 20 US dollar. Nothing too special about this one. Yeah. And we have the Kirin again and the Carmine, which is sitting at around 20 US dollar. And these are just the SR version. This is not the themed festival version of them. So you can see they are actually of the same price. Carmine isn't better than Kirin here. But for the SAR, Carmine is double the price. Now, to wrap it up with the 9th and 10th spot being our Ogapon's mask again, we have the grass version, which is $18, and also the fighting version, which is also $18. So yeah, these are pretty much the price of the top 10 cards in Mask of Change. Now, if you guys are still listening, I'm going to go over the new decks that are being built or made. And I know it's only been like, what, 2 days since the release, so there hasn't been a lot of information about the different decks that people are building. And, I was only able to get some information on some certain stores that ran a small store tournament kind of thing. And it is one store in Osaka. And here we can see this first deck, which involved the use of Dragapult, EX, Drippy, all the evolution line. And we can see that, they didn't do actually that well. I think they got top 8. But, we see people testing the set out. And I think that there will be more people trying out this card to see whether it is viable. Another set that really struck out to me was the Applin and Diplin set. So this one was an interesting one. This one actually got second place. And why this is such an interesting set? Because it is one of those fast-paced set or fast-paced deck. If you can set it up very, very early on and quickly, you can actually win the game because you ditch out a large amount of damage. And for this deck, it actually focuses on the Diplin as well as the Festival Plaza. So Festival Plaza is one of those new stadium cards. And the card itself isn't that useful. It's just, prevent condition or remove certain condition if a Pokemon has them. But Diplin has a special ability, and with that special ability, actually Goldeen actually have that special ability too, is that the Pokemon get to attack twice if the festive stadium is in place. So with one energy, Diplin can dish out a lot of damage because it is 20 times the number of bench Pokemon that you have. And so therefore, obviously, the Buddy Puffin comes in again. We're going to fill the bench up and it can dish out amazing amount of damage. Simply, even without the Festival Stadium. But with the Festival Stadium, the Diplin can attack twice. So it's going to be interesting to see whether people are really trying to build more decks or newer decks with the Massive Change set. So all in all, I do think that the Massive Change set is quite an exciting set for players. Not so much collector, not so much investors. And if you really want to collect in certain cards of Mask of Change, I do think that it is a good time to wait, because I do believe that many of the price of these cards will drop later on. Once there are different version or more reprint of certain cards. So that's pretty much it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Hit the like, hit the subscribe button, and see you in the next one. Peace. This is Collect Pokemon. Bye bye.